So we just had a conversation, and many people across the talk landscape today catching wind of what Aaron Donald told our friend Brandon Marshall on his I Am Athlete podcast, that he's at peace with things, but it's not about money. However, there needs to be a business aspect that's comfortable for him and his family. How do you think Les Snead handles that information, Andrew?
You know what I always say when someone says it's not about money, translation, it's all about money.
Mm-hmm.
You just talked about two contradictory parts of that statement on the podcast.
Yes.
It's not about money, but I got to take care of my family. I got to my business.
Correct. He said that all in one soundbite as well.
It's interesting because nothing's been done there. So that raises an eyebrow for me, because this is a contract that has needed adjustment. And the Rams have done that with Matthew Stafford, with a couple others. And they're always sort of borrowing from the future on the cap. Mm-hmm. So they could actually reduce his cap by raising a bonus and spreading it out as you do with cap proration over future years. So they haven't done it yet. That's a question for me. Why haven't they done it yet? Do I think they will? It seems like it. It seems like they've taken care of, as you mentioned, Matthew Stafford. They brought in Allen Robinson. They brought in Bobby Wagner. Why not take care of Donald? The fact it hasn't been done, you could always chalk it up to, we're getting to it, we've been doing the other things. But that sort of makes me wonder, why hasn't that been done? Has that been resistance from the Donald camp? We want to wait. We may retire. We don't know what's going on. Or is the team hesitant for some reason to get it done? Because this doesn't seem like it's a problem. If they wanted to get it done, you just add money, you figure it out, you get the new market, whatever the market has changed since Aaron did his contract a few years ago. I don't understand it.
Well, could it be that they're working on Cup first, or how does that work? I mean, you can walk and chew gum, right? You can renegotiate two contracts at the same time. I mean, what is the mechanism? And also, I know I'm not supposed to ask multiple questions in one bite at the apple here, but I will. Does June 1st have anything to do with it?
Well, June 1st is, again, to clarify for your listeners, that's when you can release a player and have the cap impact shifted to 2023.
Correct.
You're pushing out the pain, which the Rams do with a lot of things they do. They sort of credit card spend, push it out in the future, worry about that later. Yeah, it could be. Could be maybe they've got someone they're going to release. It doesn't come to mind who they would push off the roster that's making a lot of money right now, but that could come into it. And I think you bring up the other thing, which we have to address. Kupp is not someone that seems like he's going to make a deal. He's going to show rumbles of discontent. He's going to hold out, stay away. But the fact is, the biggest story of this offseason to me, Rich, is not Russell Wilson and the quarterbacks. It is the transformation of the wide receiver market. Absolute transformation. Where the top market was 18 to 20 million a year, now it's 23 to 25 a year. For Devontae, for Tyreek Hill, for A.J. Brown, all these receivers changing the marketplace. You go back to Kupp, who is just way under that number. So here's another issue for the Rams to have to deal with. And this is not just because they're Super Bowl champion. That hangover is always there. But they've got to address Kupp. If he makes a deal of it, great. But even if they don't, you can't have a guy making $10 million under market to players like Hill and Adams and Brown. So they've got to get that done, and they've got to get Donald figured out. But this one I find more curious, because we know the market. We know they can do this. They know they've done it with other players. And he's talking about retirement, but he's saying it's business. Let's watch and see what happens.
Andrew Brandt here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.